Now get ready. Here we go.
Part 10.
Oh my goodness, you guys, what is going on, everybody? It is Arkham here, and this is a definite breaking news video coming out last minute because Universal has just confirmed Universal Great Britain. Now you're probably like, well, Arkham, you don't really cover stuff on the other side of the world. But here's my excuse. It's a brand new park. It deserves to be talked about. Universal is expanding, and Epic Universe is opening on May 22nd, and the fact they've already basically said, this is our next big thing, holy smokes. Universal Great Britain is officially happening. It's been ongoing for like 2 years now, all on top of the fact that Texas is getting a family-friendly Universal Park. My gosh, there is so much to talk about. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to break down the entire concept art that has been provided by Universal and talk about what I think each area could in fact be, what rides, what IPs could they use. I mean, there's so many possibilities and so many things that they could go with. So we're going to try to keep the area that the park will be in, which is in Bedford, in mind while we predict what I think each area is going to house for a brand new ride. If you guys like this, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Always thank your write-ups. Let's talk about this park. Okay, so let's begin with the very front entrance of the park. Now, something that's not on this concept art rendering is a city walk. You'll notice right away. That will probably come about later. They did confirm that a city walk will be present for this new park. It's just not on the rendering just yet. I'm assuming it's going to be towards the front of the park like how it is here, but that will be determined probably later on. We have the standard globe here and the main front entrance, very reminiscent of Universal Florida as well as Universal Hollywood, where they basically have the exact same thing. The front entrance reminds me very much of Universal Hollywood. I haven't been to that park in over 10 years, but it kind of gives me that feeling a little bit. With that, they are going to have an on-site hotel, which is what this giant C-shaped thing right here is, which is really cool. So you'll actually be able to enter from the very front of the park right here, and right across from it is looks like a stage show of some kind. Maybe it'll be themed around actual movies. Maybe they can make this the Bourne Stuntacular that they have in Universal Orlando. Maybe this could be something totally different. I'm very intrigued by this stage show. It's definitely going to be some kind of stage show, maybe a 3D show. Not too sure quite yet. We're going to go around clockwise, so we're going to make a left right here. And this gets into what looks to be a kids area. Now, looks like there's like a hot air balloon thing here. There's like some kind of teacup thing right here. And then I believe this is like a splash pad. I can't really tell from here. Maybe it's a kiddie coaster or like a playground. Like I can't really determine. And what looks to be a dark ride show building right here as well. So looks like a pretty packed kids area if you ask me. Just based off of the trees and the different environments that I'm seeing like what could be leaves here and the balloons. This whole area screams Paddington to me. I think that Paddington would be such a great fit, especially as it is a Universal product. They just dropped a third movie recently. So maybe that this could be a whole Paddington-based area, and I think with how successful that franchise is, I could honestly see them probably having another Paddington movie or two prior to the time that this park opens in what is said to be in 2031. Moving our way up, we have this massive roller coaster, the show building for this massive roller coaster. It looks like it's going to be like a spike. It's going to have this massive spike. You'll launch out. You'll go up the spike and back down in a super fast track. You go all the way around here in a super fast turn, all the way up, back down, airtime hill, into another launch up this smaller spike, and then you go back down, but then you go through a pretzel loop into a sort of wrapped corkscrew here, and then you turn into the brake run here. At least that's what I think that this could be. Layout wise, I don't know what kind of show elements could be inside of the building here, but just based off of how the whole thing here is structured, I don't know. I think this planter could be here, honestly, to just throw people off. This whole area screams Back to the Future, but the blue is what's throwing me off. If the blue is the color, I'm not sure it would line up really well with like a Back to the Future ride. I've also read sources that it could be something like James Bond. That could be kind of cool if they go with like a GoldenEye kind of thing. But then it'd be more confusing because they have a little stage show here on the lake here. So I'm not sure what this could imply. Maybe it could be like a concert stage show or something smaller. I feel like this would be something that would get changed over time, this stage show, and maybe it'll be like a big open pier kind of deal for like a bigger water show finale for the nighttime, I think. But this could be Back to the Future. The colored buildings kind of make me think that over here. I don't really see James Bond with this, but the coloring of the track is what's throwing me off. It could be like a white with black supports, and that could really scream DeLorean to me. So we'll keep it going up here. And this whole area back up here, which goes from here to this massive show building, just screams Jurassic World in every single way. The circular buildings, the giant show building that looks very reminiscent of the Jurassic World Adventure ride in Universal Studios Beijing. It just makes all the more sense that this is what this area is. Looks like two separate drop tower rides here, like a play structure right here. They do have a small lake going through it. I don't think there'll be a water ride necessarily. They could also make a separate indoor ride instead of doing the Jurassic World Adventure thing, but I think that Jurassic World Adventure ride is probably going to be what makes its way here. And then they have like a little Epic Universe reminiscent like rock structure and water fountain thing here that you would definitely be able to see from right here, which is really, really cool. Now things start to get a little bit confusing here because we go into this area, which honestly could be just another extension of the Jurassic World. In all honesty, it really could be, because this green roller coaster could be a Universal Great Britain version of the Flying Dinosaur. Now, the only thing that I don't really see why it could be this is the fact that of how this roller coaster is structured. Now, I think a flying coaster that goes over water like this would be sick, and I think it could really make a lot of sense. It looks like it dives over here both times, but it also could dive under just by the concept art. Honestly, this could be like a Flying Dinosaur style ride, and the reason I say that is because it looks like you would go all the way out to here, you would launch, you'd go around, you'd come back. Actually, no, that looks like the end of the ride. If you go out this way, it looks like it turns. Maybe there's like a JoJo roll kind of thing here, just of how bumpy it is. And then you kind of go back around here. Here's a very steep lift hill, which is usually used on flying coasters. And then you kind of look at the first drop here. It dives almost underneath itself. So I wonder if this would be a really cool flying coaster first drop, where the first drop is essentially like the first half of a pretzel loop. Or what I think it possibly is that it actually goes up the lift hill, you do a pretzel loop, and then it comes right back up, because you can see this track piece right here, it goes into a twist, and then you go diving down underneath yourself from there. That could be what it is, but I also see another idea where it goes up here, and then it could be like a wing coaster where it has a wing over drop here, goes around, corkscrew, and then it snakes its way back around to here. There's definitely some options, but I think this is probably an extension of Jurassic World, where this is like a more kid area of the Jurassic World with the entrance to the dark ride. And then you come over here, and this is like the actual dinosaur exhibits, and here's this massive pterodon dinosaur over here flying right above you. If you make your way up here, it's a massive show building. This is probably the easiest one to depict out of everything on the map. This is easily Waterworld. I saw this show in Universal Hollywood. It is such a cool show. They have a bunch of the Waterworld shows just about all over the place. Honestly, I really don't know, but Waterworld makes the most amount of sense. This whole back area screams Waterworld. It's kind of set up like it kind of reminds me of Hollywood Studios a little bit. After here, this is where things get a little bit confusing. So right up here, there's like this spiral castle-like building here. It goes into like this sort of dark area here, and then there's another show building right back here with some covered grass. What's really weird is that you would probably want a Harry Potter world in a Great Britain Universal themed park because, well, Great Britain is like the capital of all things Harry Potter. So I would think it would make sense that this could be Harry Potter. I also see a reality where Doctor Who could honestly show up to this park as well, maybe for this back area right here. This could be more like a Doctor Who thing, but I'm more confused about this, personally. So what I think this could be is I actually think that this whole area, these two rides, aren't Harry Potter, nor are they Doctor Who. I actually think this whole area is Shrek. And let me explain why. I actually think this right here is the castle for Shrek. And just based off of the circular like roofing here and how like the structure and the coloration of the white here, this could be like Fiona's castle or something like that. And there could be a ride that enters through that. And then this whole back area here could be like Shrek's swamp. And you're going right up here, you come across the house where Shrek is, and that's like the entrance for this dark ride right here. At least this whole back area could be Shrek theme. That could be a possibility as well. But I also see a reality where this could just be Harry Potter. I think this is one of those areas that could just honestly get entirely changed come construction starting. And then we have this area, which is easily the biggest of the three areas. I think it's even bigger. If this whole section here was a part of Jurassic World, I honestly think that this is just gonna... I think this area is just way bigger. This just screams Minions in every sort of capacity. Like you have this white, you have this yellow colored, what looks to be centerpiece. Like it's Minions, guys. It looks like Minions. It feels like Minions. It probably is going to be Minions. Colorful housing, a lot of show buildings, a family coaster, colorful house. Again, more colorful houses with the roof. How the roofing is on each of them. Again, this has got to be Minions in some capacity. This could be Gru's house. That truck right there literally looks like the same vehicle that Gru drives. I mean, this has to be in some way, shape, or form. It's got to be Minions in that capacity. And then it goes all the way back down here. There's like a whole small area right here. This, if what I think to be the case, if this is like a 3D show building, this show building back here could tie into what this area is. But I have no idea what this could be. This could actually be the Back to the Future area. Just with the tiny lake right here, the statue, and what looks to be power lines stretching from this residence right here all the way to the statue. This could actually be Back to the Future right here. And then you have like a whole, probably what will be Simulator Trackless Dark Ride into this show building here, which would then separate this separate show building from this one, because you can see that they are separated from this concept art. So that means they're two distinct different rides. This could be a separate ride and attraction itself to tie into whatever this is, to which I believe would be Back to the Future. So that is the overall concept art for this entire land. This is massive. I'm so excited for what is offered here at Universal Great Britain. I don't see myself ever going to Europe anytime soon, just because of restrictions with other things at my work. So I don't even know if I'll ever get to the spot. But in 2031, I mean, it could be a possibility. So this park looks really, really cool. I'm really excited to start seeing progress on this park when it officially starts. This does look to be another smash hit home run for Universal when and it officially opens, most likely in 2031, as said in many articles. So let me know, what do you guys think of this concept art? This looks so cool. What do you think of my predictions for the different lands, and what areas do you think would fit really well in a Universal Great Britain area? And mind you, there are two separate expansion plots, which looks to be right here and right here as well. So that's just is going to add even more excitement to what this whole park is going to offer when construction begins. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and always thank your ride operators. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you all in the parks very, very soon. Goodbye.
Here we go.
Farmstead, take back. Farmstead, take back.
Here we